drinking because I have breakouts. First I break out the cocaine, then I break out of my clothes, then I break out in whore. And I gotta tell you, my husband, he really doesn't like that. No, he doesn't. But the thing is it's really great being married. I've been married it'll be a year in June. Yeah. And he's really great because he always pretends to listen. And he's really supportive of me when the Lakers win. And I don't know about you ladies out there, but I find that most men in LA, they're just really not into sharing their feelings. Right? Am I right? But my husband, however, he likes to tell me everything that he's feeling. And I pretend to listen. But I found, the biggest difference between being married and single is sex. Like, single sex, people, is so different than married sex, let me tell you. With single sex, you can just do and say whatever the fuck you want. But if you're married and you say something like, hey, baby, put that in my happy hole, your husband's going to remember that, and he's going to look at you, and he's going to judge you for the rest of your life. So, I had this experience one time when I was having a one-night stand before I was married. And, we're ripping our clothes off, we're getting into it, and he's like, do you like that? 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 60 fucking times in a row. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't even know what to do with this situation. It's like, do I answer him after every single time? Do you like that? Yes. Do you like that? Yes. Do you like that? Yes. What do? Do I write a summary afterwards? Do I write a legal brief? Do I write a synopsis? Next thing you know, I'm on my fucking hands and knees and I'm reading in my 5th grade book report. Ever since I've been married, though, I'm like, hey, I'm married. I don't have to use birth control anymore. That's been my big thing. I think now that I'm married, they can't get up there. But the thing is, every goddamn month, I think I'm fucking pregnant, right? So I went to my doctor, and I was like, listen, I need to fix this problem here. And she's like, oh, well, it's great. She's like, I have this thing here. She's like, it's called an IUD. It's an intrauterine device. I was like, okay. She's like, no, I have it right here. So she goes over and she opens the drawer and pulls out this little thing, and it looks like it has a metal bar and a spring. And I was like, lady, you're not sticking something up my hoo-ha that looks like a pogo stick. And I found really now that I'm married, I'm not really into self-care and grooming as much. It's really a lot of work. So I was like, I need some laser hair removal. But that shit's expensive. I want it on my armpits. So I went to Groupon for a cosmetic procedure. And I did some research, and I thought, hey, this is great. I went to Beverly Hills. I walked in. I go upstairs. The guy's at the front desk, and he's like, hi. And he looks like he's had 55 plastic surgeries. I mean, he looks like a burn victim who has gotten skin grafts from another burn victim. I stay. I walk in, I go into the room. The lady, there's this nurse in there. She lays me down, puts my armpit up, slaps on some weird gel. She's like, normally we give people goggles, but today we don't have any, so I'm going to ask you to squint your eyes. And I'm going to squint my eyes, too. So she starts going and zapping away, and it really fucking hurts. And then she stops and she goes, do you smell that? She's like, it's working when you can smell the hair burning. I get up and I run out of there and I call Groupon. I'm like, listen, Groupon, I signed up for laser hair removal, and what I got was laser tag with a sadist. It was really bad. But I went home and I was feeling depressed, so I turn on the TV, and what is on is The Secret Lives of the Apostles, which is on the History Channel, because my husband had DVR'd that. So I start watching it, and I went to Catholic school. I know the story, what happens with Jesus, but I'm sitting there, I have PMS, I'm eating ice cream, my fucking armpits hurt, I hate myself. And I'm like, holy shit, I feel really fucking bad for this Jesus guy, man. Like, what's going down with him? I feel bad. And then I start to wonder, I'm like, I wonder if things would have been different for Jesus if he had Twitter. Like when the apostles, started tweeting like at Son of God, warning, people gathering, hashtag crucifixion. And then nobody like believes he rose from the dead. I mean, hell, I don't even believe it, but maybe people would have believed he actually rose from the dead if Mary Magdalene would have had Instagram. So I'm unemployed. Yes. Anybody else feeling awesome and unemployed? Yes. But I had a job interview the other week, so I was really excited. And I go in and I sit down and I'm in that like waiting room, and this woman walks in and she sits down right next to me. She's like, "Hi." She goes, "I've been asleep for 5 months." Wow, you look really rested. Or she has a serious substance abuse problem. She's like, "Oh, actually, I've been in a coma." I was like, I wish I had been in a coma, because then I have an excuse for not working for 2 years. But I went into that job interview and he starts grilling me and asking me question after question after question after question. And he's like, "Well, what is your ideal position?" Lying down on the couch in my underwear. And I've actually been doing a lot of that lately. I've been doing a lot of that, and I'm really starting to feel resentful of my cats. They have free food, free room and board. They have beautiful fur coats, and they can lick their own lady parts. And at this point, I'm really starting to feel suicidal about my life and my finances and everything going on. And my phone rings, and it's my friend. And it's, do you have those friends that always talk to you and they're like always super positive? Like, everything's gonna be okay. And so she's telling me everything's gonna be okay. And I was like, "Is she gonna fucking give me money?" And she's like, No. She's like, "You need to manifest your destiny. You need to embrace this secret." I'm like, "Oh God." I was like, "Well, if any of you out there have tried that, then you know it doesn't work, because if it did, you wouldn't be here listening to me." So I went out there and I tried to do this manifesting every morning for 2 weeks, right? So I go to my balcony and I was like, I'm going to visualize greatness. So I go in, I sit down, and I imagine myself in some tropical place, like on an island, on this big comfy bed, and yeah, it's warm, and it's like raining money on me, and I feel like I'm in a fucking Jay-Z video. It's like, this is awesome, I'm wealthy, and then I start to choke on a dollar bill. Every time I try to manifest my destiny, I die. Every single time. So I decided that shopping is the answer. So I took myself to Whole Foods, and I felt really depressed as I'm walking around looking at everything, because the only thing that I can afford to leave with is the items I have stolen from the bulk bin. Quinoa, candied ginger, and rice. Can't get a job, obviously not a good thief. So at this point, I'm thinking, I should drink again. I'm really gonna drink again. I'm gonna drink Everclear. Do you guys know what Everclear is? The shit that burns your ass from the inside out? I'm like, that's what I'm fucking drinking. Then I was like, you know what? Everclear, it's not really an alcohol. I think it's more like a medicine. And I'm like, why don't they advertise this? They should have fucking commercials for Everclear. I was like, I'm gonna create a commercial, and I'm gonna make a lot of money. And I thought of one. Do you guys want to hear my idea for Everclear?
Yeah, baby.
All right. Do you feel like a fucking worthless loser who can't get a job and you always get fired? Drink Everclear. Be anything you want to be in a blackout. Do you feel fat and disgusting and bloated and that muffin top just keeps on growing? Drink Everclear. It's the real master cleanse. Do you hate your spouse? You find your girlfriend and boyfriend disgusting and all you want to do is cheat on them? Well, drink Everclear. It's your excuse for cheating. If you can't remember it, it didn't happen. Everclear. It's so strong, you won't need an abortion. Everclear, warning, not for daily use. Please call your doctor if you experience any of the following symptoms: butt falls off, anxiety, depression, nakedness. You mistake your dog for a date. Thank you. My name is Jennifer Sullivan.
Good time for Jennifer Sullivan.